Pocket time.
Yo! It's your boy DJ L.O. Kari, man, and I'm here today. I'm extremely excited because, I got a very special guest in the house today. She is an amazing wrestler. She is on Ring the Bell. She has a show that is coming up very, very soon, which is this Wednesday from 11 to 1 p.m. At Challengers Comics. Everybody, I'm about to bring her up for you all. Make a little bit of noise. Oh, wait, since it's a wrestling, make sure that you make a little bit of noise for the amazing, the talented Miss Paloma Star! AKA the Sriracha Muchacha. Miss Paloma Star, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. I am doing so much better after that great intro. Like, I'm going to just hire you to follow me around. Not only to introduce me to wrestling shows, just when I walk into a room. I just need
What's up? I got you, son. Paloma, it is.
I love it.
Paloma, it has been quite a good minute. Last time that we saw each other, Paloma and I with DS Shin were doing an event at Emporium Arcade. I think it was back in 2019. It was such an amazing event called All Out, and so much has changed since then. I think AEW was kind of in like its first year at the time, and now they're like 3 years deep. And Paloma, tell us a little bit about what you've been up to this pandemic. I know you've had some really interesting matches lately, so tell us a little bit about what you had going on.
Definitely. I mean, this whole panini totally messed everybody up, not just me, the whole world. But it was definitely a weird time to be a professional wrestler, as there was no shows around. It was really hard to really keep that momentum going. But I believe this year I started off with a bang, since I got to wrestle my dream match. It was absolutely amazing. I still can't believe it happened. Jazz was not an absolute professional, so amazing. I cannot believe I got to share the ring with her. I mean, she beat me, because, of course she did, but it was still a great match. I had so much fun. I learned so much from her, and just be able to even talk to her, to share a ring with her, it was just blew my mind that I was able to do that. This is something that I've been trying to manifest for so long now, and that the fact that I was able to be in a tag match with her was absolutely amazing. It was definitely something I never thought that would happen, but for it to actually happen was so cool.
Can you tell us a little bit of how that came about? How did that even happen? Because I don't think people understand how much you had such the people with you to try to make this particular match happen. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
For sure. This match has been in the making for about 5 years now. I think I first started talking about when I first joined Ring the Bell about 3 years ago, when I said what would I like my dream match to be, and I said for Jazz. And every single time there was a mention of a dream match, I would say I want to wrestle Jazz. So I got all the people who support Ring the Bell who come behind me and support me and just say how much they wanted me to wrestle Jazz, that they just tweeted, tagged her, every type of social media. I almost felt bad for Jazz. I thought when I was gonna meet Jazz, I thought she was gonna hate me, because you probably would see my name pop up on her timeline, on her comments every single time. But I have to give a big shout out to my homegirl KO Kendra and Justin from True Privilege Wrestling for making it happen. It was actually, fun fact that I've never told anybody else before, it was a wedding present from
No way.
Literally, booking this match was her wedding present for me, which was the best wedding present I could ever have. Here I am. Oh no, what's gonna happen? Jazz. Oh no, I got this. I'm tough. Okay. Am I doing it?
Eventually. But that has to be the best feeling in the world, to have to tap to someone that you admire so much like that. That is amazing. Not everyone gets the opportunity to really meet their idol, and you actually got a chance to do it. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
It was definitely bittersweet. I mean, if I'm gonna tap out to somebody, it might as well be the legend herself of Jazz. I mean, I had the privilege to share the ring with so many amazing people. I mean, I was in the ring with Shotzi Blackheart, with Roxy, with Sky Blue, with the list goes on and on with the amount of people I've been sharing the ring with. I mean, for the fact that I was able to share the ring with not only Jazz, but I've wrestled Mickey James before.
Come on now.
And like the best women wrestlers in the world, it's just mind blowing that I get to have this opportunity to. And now I get to be in a cover of a comic book. Like,
come on.
What is my life?
Okay. So tell the people how this came about, because I mean, it feels like if anyone has like this amazing luck, like when you put out good energy, good positivity, like it seems to always come back, especially for you. Can you tell us like a little bit about this comic? How did this come about? Who had the idea? And I mean, to be on the screen, like you're on this one with Christopher Daniels and Coke Boom Boom Cabana. Tell us a little bit about how this happened.
For sure. So Challenges Comics, I've always loved Challenges Comics. Even before I moved to Chicago, I knew about Challenges Comics when I lived in Texas, and I knew that had to be like one of the first stops I made when I moved to Chicago. So I moved over to Chicago and met Patrick, who's one of the co-owners of Challenges Comics. And ever since the first day I met him, he's been like my number one supporter, is always like commenting, sharing, everything. Like I've just gotten along with him so well. He's such a big supporter of mine. Like he actually reached out to me and asked me if I had any interest on being on a cover of a comic book alongside Christopher Daniels and Coke Cabana themselves. And I'm like, yes, of course. He said that if they wanted to have a woman that's on there that's like a badass, and guess of course who he thought of. Yay.
I mean, that is the most badass woman that I know. Just saying.
So it's really cool to be able to share the cover with two other amazing, world-renowned wrestlers who I totally look up to. I mean, I'm just saying, the Sriracha Muchacha and Curry Man, that's a tag team match, tag team made in spicy heaven. So
yes.
Come on, it has to happen, especially now that we share a comic book cover. And I've known Coke forever. Like we had some great interactions before, hung out before. So it's awesome to be able to share a comic book cover with them. But it's just like something so mind blowing. Like I never even dreamt of this because I never even thought this was possible. And so not only am I on the cover, but I'm doing a signing for the cover as well.
Yes.
So everybody, and alongside Daniel Warren Johnson, who is the author of this Do A Powerbomb comic, which is so good. I got to read the first two books of it. Really, I'm not just saying it's good because I'm the cover. It's a really, really good comic book that I totally recommend. It comes out June 15th, so you can pre-order it now, or you can stop by Challenges Comics and pick up your own copy and get it signed by me.
Hey! So tell us a little, wait, so what should we expect? Because I mean, the comic is called Do A Powerbomb. Are you going to be a featured character in this one too? Or like, tell us a little bit about what the comic's about.
Oh yeah, the comic's about a young girl who always wants to be a wrestler, but she's actually living in the shadow of her mom, who's the best wrestler to ever do it. So she kind of has to pave her own way to kind of step out of the shadows of her legacy that her mom already has, and kind of make a legacy of her own. So I think it's awesome that it's a very woman-forward, woman-facing comic, but it includes wrestling as well. And of course, I'm on the cover. But definitely, that's all I'll be saying about the comic, because I don't want to spoil anything. I want everybody to go out there and get you a copy and read it yourself. But it's a really cool concept. I love the story. The graphics are great, as you can see. And here I am, kicking ass, kicking names as always. So it's awesome to be able to take my love and passion for wrestling and apply it to so many other aspects, just like comic books.
Awesome. How important is it for representation? Like you said, in particular, we were just discussing about like how this comic is going to be dealing with, you know, a young lady who wants to be a wrestler. Like, what was your wrestling journey? What made you want to become a wrestler, Paloma?
Oh man, the funny story is when I very first started my very first step into the wrestling business, I actually just wanted to be a ring girl because I didn't know you could be a wrestler. I just thought you were a wrestler because I grew up in Mexico where wrestling is like a family business. Like I didn't know you could go to training. I didn't know there was even such thing as wrestling schools. So once I heard there was a ring girl trial, so I'm like, hey, I want to do that. But I actually was told that I do not look like a ring girl, and I'm like, WTF, what does that supposed to mean? I mean, and that's when I was told about wrestling training, when they trained, when the next show was, and that's when I dove in head first and just started training. And I really wanted to represent, like you said, representation is so important in every level, not just on TV where we see people, wrestle every day, but on our local level, our independent shows, and everything, whether it be in a comic book and wrestling show. Like I wanted people to be able to see me and find themselves in me, whether it be a young Latina or a first generation from immigrant family that English is my second language. Like literally, like the list goes on and on. Even if it's just like somebody who likes tattoos or likes the color red, I feel like I'd like to represent so many other people. I don't want ever to be put in one box. I want people to relate to me, whatever way that they relate to. It's really important to have representation for everybody, not just for just one specific category, and so many different aspects of media. And I think having this comic book is just another extension of that.
Ashe, thank you so much for that. And I completely agree. And one of the reasons why we do this comic book convention, Pocket Con, and one of the main reasons I wanted to make sure that we gave you this platform to tell more people about it is because it's just, one, you're Chicago local, you're always doing your thing, and I love the work that you do with Ring the Bell, like specifically as well, because it's like, it's one thing to give like commentary about women's wrestling just as a viewer, but as a person that's actually wrestling, like you understand what it's like, and you have first-hand experience of working with all these different wrestlers as well. So I know you said you've had your dream match. Is there anyone else, now that you've done that, like who would you like to face, like if you ever got the opportunity?
Oh man, that's such a good question, and that's actually a question I haven't thought about too much, because like now that I wrestle Jazz, I'm like,
you wrestle Jazz, so like who is there now? Like who's still on the list?
Where do I go from here? But I would love to wrestle another fellow Mexicana, Thunder Rosa.
Hey, come on! I love Thunder Rosa. I think they need to do a little bit better with her booking, but. I'm just saying, I think
back to representation. Love seeing a fellow Mexicana up there on TV, killing it when she's on TV. But it's great to see that. I've been on shows with her. I've met her. She's such a business savvy woman, which is definitely much needed in the industry. But I would love to go one-on-one with her. Let's go.
I can't believe that you've never actually gone one-on-one with Thunder Rosa before.
No, I think we've done battle royals and multiple person match, but never one-on-one.
Okay, so internet, you've seen this. You mark it right now. Give us about a year. We need to see Paloma Star, aka the Sriracha Muchacha, go up against Thunder Rosa. Let's make it happen. Let's do this. I think it's 100% possible. You guys are always, I feel like you all are like in similar circles. Who knows? Maybe one day it'll happen within AEW. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see.
For sure. Stranger things have happened. Just like me wrestling Jazz. Come on. That's the strangest thing that's happened. So this is more reachable, more attainable in my opinion. But hey, the internet has made my dream match happen before. I'm sure it could happen again. So let's do it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Paloma. It's such a pleasure to have you here and to speak with you. I most definitely will be there on Wednesday. Make sure you all come and check it out this Wednesday. It is all going down at Challengers Comics. For those of you who do not have the address, it is 1845 Northwestern, 1845 Northwestern in Chicago, Illinois. Check it out. Chicago Challengers Comics is going down. Cannot wait to go and check it out and get the comic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be great, man. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to read it for myself. So thank you so much again, Paloma Star. Much love. How can people come and find you?
Thank you so much for having me. It's always great talking to you. You can come find me at Paloma Star on Instagram and Twitter, and check out Ring the Bell on YouTube. Subscribe, watch for all your women's wrestling needs.
Absolutely. Cannot wait to see you all. And my name again is DJ Lokari. You can find me on Instagram at the DJ Lokari. And I will see you all this Wednesday at Challengers Comics. Peace.